Alright, hey, this is Coffeechug, and quick another little video for the newsletter on books I've been reading this week. You can see I'm outside on my deck. It's a beautiful day. Here we are in July. Yesterday, temperature was in the 100. Today is supposed to be high 70s, so you can't ask for better weather. I was able to get through 3 books this week. Um, Two somewhat small, one a little bit larger, but all very, very impactful. I'm going to start with the first one, a very small book, very tiny, no more than 70 pages, called On Bullshit by Harry Frankfurt. Um, the title intrigued me. That's all more than I can say. But what I liked about this book and what I took away from it was the idea of how he argued on really the merits and justification of the term bullshit and why other words just can't quite do it justice. And so, what I took away from this was the way to articulate ideas and support it and analyze all scopes and all different visions on a topic. And so, not that you really need to be an expert on bullshit, but you really learn how to justify and articulate and view topics from all sides. And I thought in 70 pages, this guy really took an in depth look at the word, and I found it very interesting. And I just have to say, my favorite line of it all um, is just this: that there are similarities between hot air and excrement, incidentally, which make hot air seem an especially suitable equivalent for bullshit. Just as hot air is speech that has been emptied of all informative content, so excrement is a matter from which everything nutritive has been removed. Excrement may be regarded as the corpse of nourishment. I just love that. The corpse of nourishment. That's something I'm going to have to do something with. But a great, easy, fun read. Get you thinking about how to create solid arguments. Another one, you've probably seen this all over. It's been pretty popular by Ryan Holiday. The Obstacle's the Way. I've subscribed to his newsletter to see what he's been reading. I've become a huge fan of him just recently, hearing him talk on some podcasts and things like that. But this is about the obstacle is the way, the timeless art of turning trials into triumph. And so he takes a look from the Stoic perspective, and he gives a good reading list of things you should read to learn more. But this is really important to read. It's not so much about failure, but it's about taking the obstacles that are given in your life, how to overcome them, and use those to your benefit to make yourself a better person. And he uses it from a lot of research and passages, Seneca and people like that. So a great read. Wasn't one of my favorites. It didn't suck me in, but what I found myself doing was taking down a lot of notes. And so it wasn't a speed read. I didn't want to sit down and read it one thing. I had to take it in chunks, a couple of chapters at a time, stop, process, take some notes, move on. But I did get through it in a couple of days, and I think it is worthwhile for your read. And I'll probably be doing a lot with this in terms of blog posts and incorporating some ideas in the book that I'm writing. And the last, kind of off the charts here, is by Dave Ramsey, The Total Money Makeover. As I'm working on my book, The Triple D, one of the things that I'm working on is to eliminate debt. In my case, or my family's case, personal debt, which I'll be sharing more of here once I'm ready to do that. Um, but I was looking for ideas of how to eliminate it. And so I've listened to him online and read some of his stuff. I decided to read the book, and the book has some very practical information that I'm actually part of my experiment testing out to see if we can do it. A very easy read. I found it very interesting, the people's stories, and so you may not be in debt, maybe don't have money issues, but it's still worthwhile, good to read, just to kind of reevaluate your habits and what you're doing. And what I like about this book, whether it's about money or not, it's all about mindset and it's about your habits. And that seems to be the case with no matter what, whether it's addiction, education, learning, trying to create positive change or bad change. It's just all about what's up here. And this book had some very simple tips I didn't even think about that kind of smacked me in the face and gave me a lot of good ideas to restructure my life to hopefully take care of some issues. And so I can see why there's been 3 million copies of this book sold um, because it looks like it does work. And only time will tell as we get diving into this. So those are the 3 books that I've read. Obviously, the reviews will be right there on the write-up in the newsletter. As always, reach out, let me know what you're reading, your to-be-read pile list, whatever it is that you want. I'd love to hear from you as well as the ideas of what I've shared on this one. Thanks, everybody. And until next week, keep on reading.